I think this cuvée is a beautiful legacy. Why? Because in 1808, foundation of the house with a small vineyard in 3 villages, Berzy, Verzenay, and Mailly-Champagne. This is the vineyard of Apolline. In 1880, new part of vineyard in Côte des Blancs with the villages Avize, Ménil-sur-Oger, and Chouilly in Côte des Blancs in Chardonnay. And the family decided to give a magic thing to this historical vineyard with this cuvée. They decided to create a champagne that would be the cuvée with all of the historical cru of the house. So there is in this cuvée the 6 cru in the historical vineyard. So as I said, 3 villages in Pinot Noir in the Montagne de Reims and 3 villages in Chardonnay in the Côte des Blancs. So this is the transition of the house. This is the 2 really important moments, period of the house of Henriot with the foundation and the new vineyard in Côte des Blancs with the new part of Chardonnay. Different objective changing the name. Firstly, it was really important for the family to give sense to Apolline Henriot. Apolline Henriot, when she founded the house, she wanted to put the light on their terroir. The notion of light was really important for Apolline, and with the name of this cuvée, that is named Hemera, we give a sense and a link with Apolline, with this notion of light, because Hemera means the goddess of light of the day. So there is a link with Apolline, with the desire of Apolline, firstly. And after, it's a notion of light, and there we put the light on the 6 historical cru of the family. So that was important to make a link with the story for the family. Another reason to continue, another reason to change the name was the fact, the profile, the aromatic profile of Enchanteleur, the last name of this cuvée, was really major because the aging was more long, because we know more today of how we are more precise, we know more about the viticulture. Now we have a new way to conduce the harvest. We taste the grape, we are very precise during the harvest. We pick the grapes when we have the perfect representation of the terroir in the berries. I mean, what is the terroir in the grapes? In fact, it's before to be too much nature and after vegetables. And when you are just between both, you are at the top, at the optimal, and you have to pick the grapes. This is a representation of the terroir and your vine. So we pick the grapes very precisely, and now the profile is a little bit more fresh, more elegant, and more representative to the terroir, less representative than the time of aging, the development of concentration. So we decide today to show to the consumer a profile more fresh in order to be sure to make people understand the 6 cru there are in the blend, and to make sure to give the chance to everybody to find the particularity of every cru. It's exactly the same philosophy, it's exactly the same champagne. It's New Year because it's a vintage, but it's with a different approach of precision, but it's not better, it's just different. We give the chance to the consumer to taste early with more freshness. So that was another transition, but it's not really different.